My name is Vanessa, and this is my story. So when I first moved in, my husband and I, we both grew up with very dysfunctional families. We ended up married already with two failed relationships. We already had kids. And financially, this was like the American dream that when you get there, and that's, wow, you did it. So it's just exciting for us to be able to give that to the kids. And we just felt very blessed. We just felt just super excited to have that. Being here in this house, I was raising my family, I was raising my kids, and I knew that there was something else. There was something else than just raising kids. I know that for a lot of people that would say like, oh, how could you say that? But I have to, because God has called us for so much more. I just didn't understand my purpose. And it wasn't just being a wife, and it wasn't just being a mother. It was being something else, and I didn't quite understand it. So seeking God and actually really learning to just get to know who He was, through this very long, extensive course of 4 years while living here, I got really sick. And God stripped every single thing that I thought made me, my clothes, my makeup, my hair, even just the simple fact of dyeing your hair, being a mom, being a wife. I wasn't any of those things. I was just a body, and I was there. So I started writing letters to Jesus, and I started writing myself, changing my mentality, and that even though I thought I didn't have nothing, God said, you still have your mouth, so use it. So I did. So I started posting Instagram stories about motivation, of my struggles, of how I was getting through every single day, even though I couldn't, walk, even though I couldn't do these things. How was I doing it? Who was helping me? And little by little, many people on social media started messaging and saying, I'm going through that same thing. I'm going through a struggle. Can you pray for me? And I started doing that. And I started going to the group homes and basically doing workshops about self-care and faith, and that your circumstances doesn't define your future, because I really was dealing through that, and God was teaching me that, so I wanted to invest and teach in others. And the first time that I went, I came out of Youth for Christ. I did a workshop there, and I called my husband, and I was crying. I was driving to this exact home, and I said, one day I want to help these girls. I don't know how, but I wish I could have a place that they could go to. And I just cried. I cried, and I told God, I don't know why you brought me here to see this. I don't know what I can do. I'm just one person. And I'm just going through life. And I got really sick. I almost lost my life in this house again. So after that, I came home, and my mom's like, okay, you can no longer be at that house by yourself. Come move into my house. I'll help you. She bought a bigger property down the street. I was just kind of like, okay, we're moving. We put our house on sale, and God said, no, you're not selling your house. He said, remember that vision that I put in your heart like a year ago? Like, I need that. My girls need me. And I just was like, okay, I don't understand. So I told my husband, I'm sorry, like we can't. So I just said, this is the vision. This is what God put in my heart. So he said, okay. So he took out his retirement, and we moved into my mom's, and we kept this house afloat for a year while we processed everything to get it started. Everything that I've learned has been grace. Everything that I've learned in the healing process had to be how God restored my family. Everything that God did for us was through love. So the three basic things in my life that were constant was grace, was family, and was love. So I wanted to be that and imitate that. A car for the house. Why? Because one of our girls got her license, so she can be able to drive around even if they have appointments. Like we have an event with Good Dirt Collective, and they could drive themselves to the appointment and come back. She was showing me a picture of her before, and I didn't even recognize her. I didn't. And I just said, this is you? She said, yeah. She told me, I used to dress in a way that I was so self-conscious about myself. I never saw myself in the mirror and actually loved myself for who I was, for who God created me to be, and now I do. How would she have found out that she is worthy of love, that she is worthy regardless of what she's wearing? Like, how else would she have known that if somebody just didn't give her the time to just show her that love is not a transaction? It's not.
Hey you guys, we are out here in front of Vanessa's house, and I am with my friends from Good Dirt Collective and Women's Ministry from NorthPointe, and together God has enabled us to purchase a car for Vanessa and her husband and the girls that they're serving at Grace Family Love. And so we cannot wait for her to get out here. The car's sitting right over here with a red bow. Look at that. So I think it's going to be in just a couple minutes. She'll be out and we get to surprise her. And you guys, just this week, Vanessa called me in tears, just saying how hard it is to do this ministry all by herself. She had no idea that 2 days later we were coming to do this feature story on the ministry and that we already have this car purchased. I love how God just goes before our needs. Yes, praise Jesus. And to be able to be a part of this Ladies at Christmas Story, we can't thank you enough for your generosity and joining us in this endeavor. Makes me emotional too. Vanessa. Oh. I have to tell you something. You remember how we talked on the phone the other night and you were telling me there's just things we can't do. We don't have a vehicle to do it. Well, I want you to know that when you called me, you had no idea that God already went before you.
No.
And look what he...
Oh my God.
This is a car for Grace Family Love.
Oh my God.
And your husband.
Oh my God.
You're coming to Christmas Joy. The women at Christmas Joy and the collective together have bought you this car. It's yours. Oh. Girls, come! This is your guys' car! Oh! I haven't even met you guys yet!
I'm the baby tech.
Hi! Oh! You guys gotta go see the